it's Claire from Angelic Scalliwags. Today I'm going to talk about walking away life's sorrows. At the end of the video I will be showing you a sort of what's in my walking bag, which is full of everything I could possibly need for a walk in the woods. I am, by nature, a very happy person. My life mantra, as my children will somewhat wearily inform you, is that happiness isn't getting what you want, it's wanting what you've got. I stand by this, and I work hard to live its truths. Sometimes, though, life likes to throw me a curveball, and try as I might, I struggle to catch it and control it. And very occasionally, life throws me more than one ball, so I am being hit from all angles at the same time. The past few years have felt a little like this for me. In our family, we seem to experience a lot of ill health, from joint issues, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, neurological disorders, cancers, anxiety, neurodivergence. Well, it's a lot. And sometimes I just want a few days where ill health doesn't dominate. That is what I want. But it's not what I've got. It would be, I think, natural for me to let this incongruence between what I want and what I've got get me down. There is often a mental battle between finding joy in every situation and feeling sorry for myself, and I'd be lying if I said the latter never happened. It does. But happiness is wanting what I've got, not getting what I want. Say these words enough times, and it becomes ingrained into the very fibres of your being. And I do say it enough. My children probably think I say it too much. However, it's a truth that needs repeating. When I can't change my reality, I try to change my perspective. Walking is one simple way of doing this. I love to walk. It can be on my own, with my friends, or best of all, with family. When I was diagnosed with cancer, just 9 months after my last child was born, I was terrified in a way I'd never experienced before. It wasn't so much I was scared of dying. It was more that I was scared to leave behind my 5 children, one of whom was just a baby. The very idea of my little ones growing up without a mum was devastating and too large a thing for me to get my head around. So I walked. Every weekend Gary would drive us all to Worthing, and we would walk along the shingled beach, chatting, playing and eating ice cream. The seemingly endless horizon, where the sea met the sky, made me hang on to something that was bigger than me. And every night, once the children were bathed and in bed, whilst Gary read them their nightly story, I pounded the pavements. I didn't know how to make sense of what was going on, but each step brought me more peace. It became a time to chat to God, to order my dishevelled mind, and to slowly come to terms with having cancer and what that might mean for my family. A few short years later, I was at it again. I had lost a friend who meant a great deal to me. As an introvert, I don't make friends easily. I don't really go out much to meet anyone, and that is how I like it. I have very low social needs, most of which are met by my family. This friend, though, I had met by accident, and the two of us had hit it off straight away. I had never laughed so much in all my life, and even looking back now, I have never laughed as much since. I don't love often, but when I do, it is with my whole heart. So I walked, and I cried, and I walked until I cried a little less. Walking was like rubbing a soothing oil on my heart, as it slowly but surely mended. I've walked ever since I was a child, never for exercise's sake, more as a way to process the big feelings I always seem to have. Now, though, I walk for all the benefits it has to offer. The sunshine with its resulting vitamin D spike, the clean, fresh air which is always to be found deep in the woods, where there are enough trees to exchange oxygen for city fumes. The strength walking builds in my legs and my heart, the sounds of nature all around, the space to pray, to think, to process and to grow, the healing that takes place, even when I did not know healing was needed. And the best thing about walking? It's always there. It can be fit into any schedule, done at any time of the day or night, and on practically any solid place on this planet. It does not require money, education, special clothes or skill. And believe me when I say, it is the key to wanting what I've got and celebrating the small moments of life that offer such intense happiness. Without exception, it brings about the very change of perspective I mentioned at the beginning of this video. You may have noticed in that last little clip I'm wearing a bag around my waist. A bag I get teased endlessly about, I have to say, because it's not very cool, but I don't care about being cool or not being cool. I bought it about a year and a half ago because it is a special bag that attaches a dog lead to, which is what's showing here, and it means that it won't pull my arm out. So that was why I got this bag, but my goodness me, I use it for so much more than that. So it came with a little water bottle, which is brilliant. I love having water with me. I also take tissues everywhere I go, so that was a no-brainer. I take little wipes with me because my dog slobbers everywhere, and sometimes he slobbers and then runs into his slobber, and so it's all over his face, and I don't like picking it off with my hands, so I have the wipes now to do that. I have some anti-bacterial hand gel that I use really when I pick up the dog poo, because I hate picking up the dog poo, and I double bag it, and I have really strong bags that I buy for that purpose because I hate it so much. There they are. I also use Vaseline because my lips get dry so very quickly. I also take my phone and my earbuds. I don't always use these, it depends who I'm with, but they allow me to listen to whatever book I'm listening to and get some reading done whilst I'm walking, which is lovely. And I also created a box where I just pop flowers in that I might like to flatten and press and use for presents, and there's a pair of scissors that goes inside the box. And I also, you might have seen, I had a map of the area just in case I get lost. And that's what I have in my bag. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you have a lovely week ahead of you. Hope you get some walking done, and don't forget to dream impossible dreams. Bye bye.